Hello and welcome to CX Today. I'm Rhys Fisher, Deputy Editor, and today I'm going to be speaking with Jesper Jønsson, Director of Product for AI at Puzzel. Jesper, thank you for joining me. How are you doing today?
All good, thank you. Thank you for having me, Rhys. It's very nice to
No,
be here.
absolutely. Yeah, same. I'm looking forward to the chat. So today we're going to be looking at conversation intelligence and in particular, I suppose, its role within the contact center and how it helps to progress what we've talked about, that AI maturity curve. So could you start maybe just by introducing yourself and your role within Puzzel and explain where conversational intelligence sits within Puzzel's product ecosystem?
Yes. Jesper Jønsson, working out of Aarhus in Denmark. I am the director of our AI product suite that we offer in the Puzzel ecosystem. With those products, we kind of cover the entire customer journey across 3 products. So we have our virtual agents, we have our Copilot, and we have conversational intelligence. The virtual agent sits in the very front of the journey and automate customer inquiries and make sure that escalations are guided to the right agent, as well as providing agents with good detailed handover and so on. Then we have our Copilot, sort of sits in the middle, so it augments the human agents during the conversations, gives them an insight into previous conversation history, allows them to ask AI along the way in the conversation, giving them inputs on how to solve the queries from the customer, as well as giving them the option to do a live summary. So immediately after the conversation is done, seconds after, they get a summary that they can then sort of edit and store. And then finally, we have conversation intelligence, which sort of sits at the very end. It's post-call analytics based on the call recordings. We provide customers with out-of-the-box insights, as well as the opportunity to do deep dives into the conversations and get some valuable insights around how to optimize operations, as well as improve the customer experience, but also very much around how can you optimize across the company in different departments, products, marketing, finance, wherever. So also sort of giving insights that can serve as strategic input.
Right, great. I think that's a nice kind of overview of what you guys are looking to do at the minute. So moving on, we know contact centers are kind of facing this growing complexity across channels at the minute, and there's these rising expectations. What would you say are some of the specific pain points that conversational intelligence is designed to tackle?
I think for most sort of customers, the conversations that they have with customers in their contact centers are an untapped sort of goldmine of knowledge. But it's simply too time consuming to sort of dive into. At the very best, some of them will have recordings stored away on an FTP somewhere that you can then nitpick from and I feel lucky, dive into a bit, or you can hire very expensive consultancies to do a snapshot of your data. But getting that sort of continuous insights around the conversations, what is happening right now, and how can we actually improve on the things that is going on? That is very difficult to get unless you're running a conversational intelligence platform like ours. So I think first and foremost, CI is a insights platform that will deliver you these AI-driven actionable insights from your customer interactions. And give you that opportunity to identify key trends and areas where you might get improvement or do some improvements. We have this, in addition, we have this automation layer where you can automate some of those mundane tasks, for example, the call tagging that people do today manually. And you can automate like summarization, for example. Not only sort of does this automate it and make it more faster and more efficient, but it also highly increases the quality of the data, given that you get a concise and consistent way of taking your calls, as well as a consistent output format of, for example, summaries. Then you can do performance tracking, so you can follow how are we actually doing within specific areas. You have instead of having these hard AHT metrics only, then you can also look at the customer experience. How engaged are our agents? Are we empathetic enough? Do we speak in a positive language? All these kind of other more soft metrics that you want to monitor and also want to develop with your agents. And then I think lastly, we have this quality assurance and coaching aspect where we can radically, I think, improve the way you do quality assurance, whether you do it in a systemized way today. I think a lot of the customers that we see, at least, they do it in a very advanced Excel sheet, and we have the opportunity to really make that a lot more efficient and give you the opportunity to sort of score everything automatically, and then drill down into all the conversations where there is actually a potential for doing manual quality assurance, rather than just randomly picking conversations off an FTP, for example, or sitting down next to an agent and doing quality monitoring, where you most likely find that agents are on their best behavior when you sit next to them.
Yeah, I think you're spot on there. So I think that's kind of a nice overview, I suppose, of those capabilities. But I was also wondering if
Yeah.
you could maybe give some more specific examples. I know in the past you've mentioned working with Elevate Virtual. Can you perhaps share some of the tangible benefits that Puzzel customers have seen so far from using this conversational intelligence technology?
Yeah, of course. I think the most sort of the frequent place that people start is unifying the customer experience. So looking across our agents, do we handle customers in the right way, the way that we want? Is it consistent and unified across that? That's very easy to get started with, and it actually has quite a big impact on for example, your Net Promoter Score or your CSAT score, and it's usually directly you can monitor it very easily and see that development. So that's typically where we start with customers. Then you can reduce your average handling time, something that most contact centers are looking for. You can automate by sort of automating some of the tasks, but also looking into what areas takes a long time. Do we have some improvements in in our business that we can actually do in order to sort of minimize how many calls we get about this. It could be an improvement to a billing, for example, because customers actually call about they don't understand the billing. You can get some very nice rapid insights into what can we actually change on our invoices, for example, so that people better understand it. It could be reducing time to onboard new staff members, simply because you have a better sort of knowledge base for them to work off on, listen to do's and don'ts, and spend less time on co-listening in the beginning. It is, as I was mentioning, the improvements and the optimization of the QA process. We've seen some really big gains here across some customers that are working sort of consistently and systematically with this. And then also something like upselling of products. So if you are in a transactional business where you have the opportunity to cross-sell to customers when you have them on the phone, that is an excellent opportunity. So I think there's, we talked a bit about it before, is in terms of the ones that really have success is the ones that manage to take the contact center from being a cost driver and be viewed as a cost driver in the organization to an actual value contributor, both in terms of doing, for example, additional sales or delivering inputs, strategic inputs that is valuable for the business and for other departments in the business. So I think those that manage to do that is to me at least the biggest success.
Yeah, I really like that way of viewing it. That's really interesting.
Mm.
So just on to the final question, and I mentioned at the start, the idea of AI maturity and that being quite a big topic right now. In your view, how does conversational intelligence support that journey, perhaps, from those early stage adoption to more advanced use cases?
Yeah. So I think over the years, we've managed to build or develop CI in a direction that is suitable for a wide variety of customer, regardless of where they are on this maturity curve. I think for me, it's relatively risk-free because it doesn't directly affect the customer journey. You set post-call, you deliver analytics in that sense. With the advancements in generative AI, we've managed to be able to deliver these out of the box insights. So actually, when customers are onboarded initially, you can get started with CI and get insights without doing anything. So we call it 7 seconds to magic. So for people who are not used to working with AI, this is a sort of a risk-free product where a lot of it is done for you, but at the same time, it grows with you, or it allows you to grow, because we also have sort of enough functionalities inside the product that really allows you to make deep dives and customize it, make automations, and yeah, as I said, deep dives that will keep you busy for quite some time if you want. So I think we have a tool here that where we're really focused on taking customers on that journey and catering to basically everyone, regardless of where they are and how how mature they are, but also what competencies they have in the organization. We have a very strong customer success team that support them on this journey, and also is ready to educate customers in terms of how to use this kind of tools and leverage it the best way possible to get the most value out of it.
Great. Yeah, I think that's a really nice place to end things there. Thanks again for joining me today, Jesper. I think it's been a really interesting chat around this topic, which I think is going to become more and more spoken about in the space moving forward.
Yeah, thank you for having me, and just say the word. I'm always happy to have a talk around this. It's so interesting, and there's as we talked about, there's no other business where AI impacts as much as it does in CX, really. So a lot of cool things happening.
Yeah, absolutely, completely agree. I did also want to quickly thank our viewers for tuning in as well. If you enjoyed this, please do like and subscribe to the channel, and keep an eye out on cxtoday.com for more stories like these. Until next time, thank you for watching.